Hey there, it's me, from a veterinary clinic in British Columbia, Canada. And today, we are going to talk about your cat scratching, whether they are scratching too much or not. Some of my clients complain their cats are scratching too much, but is it really too much? Well, let us take a look at the normal reasons why your cat would scratch, and if it is too much or not. So, the most common reason for a cat to scratch is to remove the old outer layer of their nail and to reveal the nice pink shiny new nail underneath. And this is why you'll often see 4 white scratches when a cat scratches, because each one represents a different direction that they turn their paw in when they are scratching. The frequency of how often a cat needs to do this depends on many factors, including their age, activity level, and if they're indoor or outdoor cats. But generally speaking, every 2 to 3 weeks seems to be pretty normal. Another reason why cats will scratch is to mark their territory. They've scent glands in between their toes, and when they scratch, they deposit their scent onto whatever they are scratching. It's telling the world that this is their space. Some cats do this more than others, and some will even urinate while they are scratching to further mark their area. The third reason why your cat will scratch is just to stretch and flex their muscles. Feels good for them, just like a good stretch does for us humans. Sometimes your cat may also groom themselves by biting and chewing on their paws, and then they may scratch to remove any dead or damaged hair. Cats who bite and chew on their paws more frequently may need to scratch more frequently as well. And lastly, your cat may scratch out of anxiety or fear. This is usually seen in cats who have recently moved to a new environment or have a new person in their home or household. Cats are territorial and are very anxious when their routine is changed, or when there are changes to their people or their environment. So let's take a look at these reasons and how many times a week this should be happening for you and your cat. If your cat is scratching due to their nails growing and needing to be maintained, you should see this happening roughly every 2 to 3 weeks. If your cat is scratching more frequently than this, then maybe it's time to book a nail trim with your vet or groomer. For the scratching post that is meant to help your cat maintain their nails, we generally recommend that you move the scratching post to a vertical surface. Most cats prefer to scratch on vertical surfaces rather than horizontal ones. You can try putting double-sided tape on the horizontal scratching post and then put the post up vertically against the wall. You can also purchase sizzle rope or cardboard scratchers that lean up against the wall. If you try these options and it still doesn't work, then your cat may not be a fan of that particular scratching post, and you may need to get a different one. There are so many different types available, so don't give up. Also, make sure that the scratching post is tall enough. A shorter scratching post may not be appealing to your cat. The taller scratching post allows them to fully extend their body while they are scratching, which feels more comfortable. If your cat has arthritis or is senior, then a shorter scratcher may be all they have. In this case, you may want to increase the frequency of their nail trims. If your cat is still not using the scratching post, it could be because they haven't been trained to use it yet. Make sure to read our blog post on how to train your cat to use the scratching post. Now, if your cat is scratching to mark their territory, then you might see that they are doing this more commonly in the spring and summer months. During these times, cats are more hormonally driven to mark their territory, since they can smell other cats in heat. Neutering or spaying your cat can significantly reduce this type of scratching behavior. As mentioned earlier, some cats will urinate while they are scratching to mark their territory. This is known as a cat spray, and they usually do this to mark the entrance to their home or where they spend a lot of time. We recommend that you clean this up with an enzymatic cleaner to remove any smells, so that your cat doesn't keep marking the same spot over and over again. Now, stretching and flexing their muscles. This is normal cat behavior, and you shouldn't be worried unless it starts to increase significantly. If your cat is very anxious or stressed, then you may notice that they start to increase their scratching to stretch and flex their muscles as a way to relieve some pent-up energy. Try playing with your cat more frequently during the day to help reduce any built-up energy. Make sure that they are getting enough exercise and mental stimulation. Otherwise, they may find other outlets for this energy, such as scratching more frequently. You can also try adding more vertical space to your home. Cats love to climb, and being off the ground makes them feel safer. Consider getting your cat a cat tree or placing some cat shelves around your house to give your cat more places to climb and explore. Lastly, excessive scratching can be due to pain or discomfort. Most commonly, this is seen with arthritis or hyperthyroidism. With arthritis, your cat may be trying to stretch their affected limb before moving around. Hyperthyroidism causes an increase in metabolism, which leads to more activity and more stretching. Stretching and movement is needed to help relieve the discomfort from these conditions. So if your cat is experiencing pain, they may be scratching more frequently. So if your cat's scratching is painful or uncomfortable, it's important to take them to the vet to determine the underlying cause and get treatment. So now that we know the normal reasons why cats scratch and how frequently this should be happening, let us talk about what you should be looking for to determine if your cat is scratching too much. So as long as your cat isn't causing damage to themselves or their environment, then their scratching is probably normal. However, if you notice that your cat is scratching more frequently, more aggressively, or in new areas, then it is time to investigate and determine if there is an underlying medical condition causing the change in behavior. Other signs to look for include excessive licking or chewing on their paws, hiding more frequently, lethargy, decreased appetite, or weight loss. All of these signs may indicate pain or discomfort, which means a trip to the veterinarian is in order. Now, if you think that your cat is scratching too much, then it's always a good idea to bring it up with your veterinarian at their next checkup. Your vet can examine your cat to determine if there is a medical cause for the increased scratching. They can also advise you on appropriate ways to minimize the damage that your cat is causing to their environment, as well as ways to discourage the undesired scratching behavior. I hope you found this information useful. If you did, please hit the like button below and subscribe to our channel for more pet health related videos. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below. Thanks for watching.